All right, welcome everybody. We're going to give others just a minute to join in, and then we'll get started. Okay, hi there, and thank you for joining us for our live webinar, Booster Sales with this one tool. In the next 15 minutes, we're going to explore why LinkedIn Sales Navigator is an essential tool for anyone working in sales. As businesses shift to remote working during the coronavirus pandemic, the sales profession needs to adjust the way that we're doing business as well. So, how can salespeople survive or even come out stronger during this disruption? I believe Sales Navigator may be the answer. The tool is now more crucial than ever, especially since you can't be out networking or meeting new prospects and may have trouble reaching people on the phone. You can use LinkedIn and Sales Navigator to reach out to them. This is a great way to help boost your sales. And let's dive right into how those in sales can stay connected when in-person meetings are not an option. So the old way of selling isn't effective with today's modern buyer. 90% of decision makers say they never respond to cold outreach. And of those, only 28% actually engage in. These are just a few of the statistics that indicate the traditional sales tactics are sort of losing their efficiency. Great question is, what exactly is social selling? And social selling is about the leveraging of your social network to find the right prospects, build trusted relationships, and ultimately achieve your sales goals. This sales technique enables better sales lead generation and better sales prospecting processes. Building and maintaining relationships is easier within the network that you and your customer already are using and trust. More than 50% of revenue across 14 major industries is generated by social sales. This has become the dominant sales strategy in the new millennium. 75% of B2B buyers and 84% of C-level executives are influenced by social media when making purchasing decisions. If you're planning on targeting the B2B sector, selling through social media may be your best bet. Nearly half of our planet's population is currently using social networks, and stats on social media show that this number is rising daily. Social networks, in essence, have become the key sales and marketing tools of our age. So let's dive right into Sales Navigator. If you're not already familiar with this tool, this is LinkedIn's paid service offering. And while it doesn't come free, it is easily cost justifiable for most in B2B sales that spend a lot of time searching for leads, looking for decision makers, or just trying to stay up to date on prospects that are already in your pipeline. So let's talk about features. The extensive premium features and sales resources available on Sales Navigator bring lots of benefits and advantages. As you learn how to use Sales Navigator more efficiently, you'll enjoy more benefits like greater productivity and improved sales results across the board. We'd like to explain some of the features of Sales Navigator in three unique buckets. The first is targeting the right buyers and companies. If there's one thing you never have enough of, it's time. Yet salespeople waste a ton of time finding the right people to talk to, if they can find them at all. With this tool, you can leverage things like the advanced search. That enables you to perform searches for contacts or accounts by keyword, industry, title, function, decision maker status, or even geography or size, just to name a few. You can also save your searches so that you can tweak your criteria later. Second bucket is finding the right people and companies faster. Sales Navigator is designed to keep you effortlessly in the loop and working productively so you can engage buyers in a way that stands out. For example, you can see who's viewed your profile, unlimited people browsing. You can send in-mail messages and quickly discover the right people through the lead recommendation offered by Sales Navigator. And third, it helps you keep track of lead and company changes. Making sales is all about building relationships, as you probably know. And the good news is that you can rely on Sales Navigator and its many built-in features to help create trusted relationships. And that's where the Sales Insights feature really comes in handy. So another great feature is of Sales Navigator is the CRM integration that makes it possible to integrate your LinkedIn account with popular CRM platforms like Microsoft Dynamics, also known as D365. This allows you to accomplish your tasks without having to toggle back and forth between CRM and Sales Navigator. And while you can find plugins to connect Sales Navigator to your solution, we are going to show you how it connects to D365 in our environment, since that's what we use on a daily basis. And give me just a second here to cue this up. Okay. And what I'm showing you right now here is Dynamics 365. And I have an unknown lead. If you're not familiar with Dynamics 365, that's our CRM. In this case, I actually have a company and I don't have a contact name. So in this instance, I'm using Coca-Cola as a great example. Obviously a hard company to reach a decision maker that might be relevant to what you're selling. So I'm going to show you how the integration with Dynamics 365 works effectively. Up here, you'll see there is a separate tab for LinkedIn. I simply click on that and you'll see that Sales Navigator has already within our CRM found a match for the Coca-Cola company. All I need to do is click match and it gives me a match right here. Obviously that is correct. I can also see if I have mutual connections and recommended leads, news, and so on. If you don't find the information that you're looking for, in this case, a contact name, you can actually click right on the company profile through a link and it will open up that in Sales Navigator. Now, one of the things that you don't get with the free sort of offering necessarily is additional information like their headquarters, number of total employees on LinkedIn, and decision makers. Decision makers is defined as CXO, director, or VP. So we know that these are people that have a lot of power and influence. You'll see up here at the top that I get 5,500 total results. That's a lot to sort through, but I can also narrow that down by looking for those that have changed jobs in the past 90 days. You probably know that those that are either new to their position or job might be more open to taking a sales call, looking at alternatives, solutions, or new vendors. I can also see those that have posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. These are people that we know are going to be active and more likely to respond to emails. We can also see those that have shared experiences, groups, and so on. Now, to help me kind of narrow the field a little more on this, what I can do as well is maybe narrow it down based on function, geography. I can look for first, second, or third degree connections, and so on, even past companies. So for this example, let's say that I want to just find people that work in information technology, and you'll see that there's lots of other choices like operations, sales, or marketing. That narrows my 5,500 down to just 381. And who I may want to focus on here is those that have changed jobs in the past 90 days, posted on LinkedIn, or have shared experiences. Again, depending on your situation, large or small, I can refine the results here by adding additional criteria. So the next example that I want to show you is one where I already have a contact name, but I want to find more information about them on LinkedIn. So in this case, I have Bill Gates. Perhaps you've heard of him. He is the co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And if I want to look him up on LinkedIn, I have the ability to, again, just simply click on the tab. You'll see that Sales Navigator has already matched him in our CRM. I can ask for an introduction if we have mutual connections. There's other options as well, like icebreakers or related leads. I also have the ability to connect to him directly, and for a lot of individuals, you can send them in-mails directly from CRM. I can also see information like his location, how many connections he has to me, and his current position, title, education, and so on. So again, just a very valuable resource. If I click on his contact record, again, I have more information available to me. I can see if he's posted anything recently, if I have shared our mutual connections. And since the likelihood of me actually getting Bill Gates on the phone is pretty slim, he's a busy guy, I might want to just match his company record. Again, pull up their company profile, look for decision makers, and maybe I want to find somebody who's in New York. And again, you'll see now I'm down to just 8 results. 3 have changed jobs in the past 90 days. I might focus on them. And 5 have posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. While I'm here, I just want to show a couple other features of Sales Navigator. If you don't have the CRM integration, it's still effective. It's just less efficient. This is the homepage. You get all kinds of alerts about people who have changed jobs, posted recently, and so on. You can also go and look at lead and account lists. So you have the ability to do queries and searches and save those. You can go back later and tweak those as needed. You also have the ability to see recommended leads that are based on your sales preferences, recommended accounts based on your sales preferences, and a whole lot more. To save time, I'm not going to get into all the features right now. I am just going to briefly touch on the advanced search options. So if I'm looking for leads, I have the ability to add keywords, geography, relationships, if they're first or second or third degree connections. I can also look for things like seniority level, function, company headcount, and so on. One of the great things about Sales Navigator is that you have the ability to apply your sales preferences with literally the flick of a switch. And I tend to paint this with a fairly broad stroke. And what that does is I save my search preferences. And you'll see I have 64 industries preloaded. I have seniority level, function, and company headcount already loaded in there. Now, if I click search, it gives me 9 million total results. The great thing here is that this is sort of my broad brush. I can now narrow down some of these industries and remove them, or I can even change, for example, the company headcount. So maybe I don't want to focus today on the very small or the very large. And for this example, I'm going to change my geography to look for contacts or leads in my hometown of Rochester, New York. And again, much more manageable. I'm down to 4,500. One has been mentioned in the news in the past 30 days. Perhaps they're opening a new location or looking to expand or have a new product offering. Again, I can even see leads that follow our company on LinkedIn. There's a whole lot more to it here, folks. Again, trying to save time, just touch on some of the basics and how I use it every day. And so with that, we went over some of my personal favorite Sales Navigator features, and one is the ability to integrate with CRM. The integration is creates truly seamless experience across Sales Navigator, and that saves you time while ensuring that you get the most relevant sales activities to be captured and logged in CRM. So let's go ahead and get started with Sales Navigator. It is without a doubt one of the best prospecting tools. And one of the great things is that the information is much more reliable than other online resources because the data and information is updated by the users themselves. It does come at a cost, however, and whether or not this cost is worth it for you and your organization may vary from one company to the next. So, as a general rule of thumb, if your business is already leveraging LinkedIn for sales, it definitely makes sense to give Sales Navigator a try. It's a great avenue to supplement your existing CRM and take advantage of a social platform boasting over 500 million users. However, if you're just starting to use LinkedIn, it's a great tool. You might want to hold off on diving straight into the subscription service until you learn the ropes of the network first. If you're interested in trying Sales Navigator out, you can go to the LinkedIn website where you can sign up for a free trial. And last I knew, it was a 30-day free trial. That way you're in a better position to tell if the potential benefits you stand to reap from Sales Navigator are actually worth the cost. So, in conclusion, social selling has unlocked a world of possibilities to sales teams facing buyers who are closing the door on cold calls and relying much more heavily on social media to steer their buying decisions. Sales Navigator has made it easier than ever to crush your sales goals, close more business, and sales professionals who use it reap a lot more rewards than those who don't. We thank you for joining us today and hope you enjoyed the presentation. After we complete the webinar, we will be sending out an email that contains a resource diving into some of those features we didn't get to today, and as well as a recording of today's presentation. So with that, we're open to any and all questions. Okay, we have a question here. Are there different Sales Navigator plans available? So the answer is yes, and that's a great question. There are currently 3 different plans that they offer. One is the professional plan, which is for individual users, and this is where you can leverage the 30-day free trial period. There's also a team plan that allows your entire sales team to leverage it. If you're a larger organization, you can actually benefit from the connections of your colleagues and coworkers, and you sort of use their connections as well to help you out. And lastly, there's an enterprise level. Next question, another good one. What CRMs integrate with Sales Navigator? So if you have Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics, you will definitely have the ability to implement LinkedIn's CRM integration suite. With that being said, there's a long list of other CRMs that can be integrated, and you'll actually be able to find those in the resource that we'll be sending to you later today. So keep your eyes peeled. Again, we'll send over some more resources, a little bit about some more features, as well as a link to this recording if you want to share it with others. If you do have any questions about the integration we showed with Dynamics 365 or an interest in learning more about the tool, please feel free to reach out. I appreciate your time today, folks, and wish you well. Thanks.